everyone, my name is Amanda if you are new here, welcome back if you are not, and either way, thanks for watching. In this video, you will hear my thoughts on the new It's Likely Makeup and Furless Cosmetics brush set collaboration, along with seeing them in action. This set features 20 professional brushes, meant to complete any makeup artist's collection with everything you need, along with a gorgeous brush apron to store them in. They are vegan and cruelty-free and created with a faux fur technology. I've been a fan of Jordi's for a while now. She is my absolute favorite makeup artist. So much of what I know about makeup I've learned from her, as her videos can be very informative. But she also creates such stunning artistic content, and she just inspires me every single day. One thing I love about this collaboration is how practical it is. Makeup brushes are the most important part of makeup application. Possibly the most important aspect of the makeup brushes that I use is that the bristles are soft. I struggle with eye allergies, and I've used brushes in the past that had pretty stiff bristles, and it just irritates my eyes and creates a mess out of my makeup. This set is without a doubt the softest brushes I have ever felt in my whole life. I promise you. I actually used every brush in the set to create this look, so let's get into it. To start, I used the Pro 4F, which is meant to apply liquids, creams, mousse foundations, as well as primers, BB creams, and tinted moisturizers to your face. I used this to apply my liquid foundation. I typically use a damp sponge to apply my foundation. This is actually one of the very first times I had used a brush to put my foundation on, and I was pleasantly surprised. I actually really loved the result. Next, I used the Pro 1E. This one has a metal comb on one side that is intended to comb through your lashes after applying your mascara. The other side is actually a brow groomer, and I used that to brush through my brows. I was really excited about this brush in this set because I have a brush like this. It was one of the first brushes that I bought, and I've had it for many, many years. I just got it from Sephora. And it's a little old, the bristles are kind of worn down. I lost the cap that goes over the metal comb, so I'm just very excited to have a new one of those. And I feel like this one was more effective. The bristles, I know I was just talking about how soft these brushes are. The bristles are stiff, but still soft, if that makes sense. For a brow brush, you'd prefer kind of stiffer bristles because it's really gonna brush those brow hairs into place. And I feel like this one did a much better job at putting my brow hairs where I wanted them instead of just brushing through them like my old brush used to. Next, I used the Pro 7M. This brush was intended to apply liquid or gel eyeliner to the upper and lower lash lines, and you can also use it to blend brow powder or pencil. I actually like to use this brush to carve out my brows with concealer. I found that the angled nature of it just works really, really nicely, and how soft this brush was worked even better. This was another situation like the last brush that I had an angled brush before, but I really needed to replace it. It had actually fallen off. The tip had fallen off, and I had yet to glue it back on. Just kept kind of sticking it back on there. So I'm happy to have a new one, and this one is just such a wonderful replacement. Next, I used the Pro 1M. This one is for applying and blending concealer under the eye area, around the nose, and on the face. I actually used it to blend in that concealer that I had applied with the brush before. It fit really nicely underneath my brow, and it actually helped in blending out the lines that tend to happen when you use an angled brush or when you carve out your brows. It does kind of develop somewhat of a harsh line, and this was perfect to be able to blend that out. I'd also had some creases on my eyelid, and this removed them just immediately. It blended so nicely, I love it. I used the Pro 1F to blend out the concealer underneath my eyes. I also used the Pro 4M to assist in blending out my concealer. This brush fit really, really nicely into the harder to reach areas around my eye. The Pro 3F is one of my favorite brushes in this collection. I love a really, really soft, really, really big, really, really fluffy powder brush. I feel like that's really the only good way for them to be. This brush can be used to create a smooth and even complexion by dusting your face with your favorite powder toppings. I actually like to apply my setting powder with a damp sponge, but I loved this brush for wiping that away. And what I tend to do is I will bake my cheeks and under my eyes where I put my concealer, and then just kind of dust a little bit of the extra powder from my sponge on the other areas of my face. And then this powder brush is great to just kind of wipe off that bake and then kind of blend in the rest, so that I'm kind of powdering my whole face. Next up may actually be my favorite brush of this collection. I don't know how I lived so long without it, but I'm so grateful that it's here now. This is the Pro 7E, and it is the most perfect brush for the crease and transition shades that I've ever found. I absolutely could not believe how effortlessly I was able to blend shadows. I put just a little bit on my brush, put it in my crease, and it was the most even, consistent wash of color that I was seriously putting these on and just in absolute awe. For one, I felt like it took me less time to apply my makeup. What usually would take me some layering, a lot of going back and forth, I did not have to do that as much with these brushes. So I do think that it's because of these brushes that this applied so well. It just perfectly laid down the color through my crease, that it was effortless. It really felt effortless. Next, I used the Pro 4E. This brush can be used to spread shadow smoothly over the entire eye area, and its angled edge can be used to blend pigment easily into your crease. I really liked using this kind of brush on the outer V of my eye, and this fit so nicely. All of these eye brushes I felt fit so nicely into my eye. It really just lent more to that effortless feeling that I had when I was putting on this look. The Pro 2M brush is another game changer for me. I have always been on the lookout for a very good brush to apply cut creases with, and I have been practicing more lately, so I wonder if maybe that's part of it. But I also think it was this brush. This brush is just the most perfect shape for doing a cut crease. When you're doing a cut crease, you want it to be smaller. You don't want to overpower your lid. You don't want to use something that's too long. At least I don't. I found that these things work better for me. Once again, it just seemed effortless. It seemed to go a lot quicker. It was the quickest cut crease I had ever applied. It's the best one I think I've done yet. Again, like I said, maybe I'm just getting better at it, but I also think it's these brushes too. The Pro 2M brush was also intended for applying shadow, concealer, or lipstick for a more crisp and fresh result. The Pro 8E can be used to pack on pigments and glitter using a patting technique, or you can use it to apply highlighter under the brow bone. I used this brush to apply my lid shade over that cut crease, and once again, I feel like I didn't have to put much work into it. It honestly didn't look like it was picking very much up on the brush, because I have experienced that with soft brushes. Sometimes it doesn't pick up as much as you would like, but I was very surprised to see how much was depositing on my eye. I used the Pro 6M brush to blend out some color onto my bottom lash line. This brush is also perfect for fixing up a cut crease that you're not entirely happy with. If you've messed up the line a little bit, you can take a little bit of eyeshadow with this brush and just very lightly line that cut crease again, and that'll just reinforce that cut crease, make it a little more dramatic if that's what you're going for. The Pro 3M is yet another one of my new favorite brushes. This one is meant to apply and blend pigments to your upper and lower lash line and to the inner corners of your eye. I actually used it for my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight. It's just, again, the most perfect shape to really get into your inner corner. It fits so nicely, and it did all the work for me. What else could you want? Next, I used the Pro 6E. I used this brush to apply gel eyeliner. What I'm really excited about is that this brush is perfect for faux freckles, something that I've always wanted to try but didn't feel like I had the proper tools, and now I do, so I'm really excited to give that a shot. But in terms of my application of my gel liner, it was really nice. If you're going to use a liner like this, it's a little more time consuming to apply it with the brush, but a gel liner is going to last you longer. I used the Pro 2F brush to contour my face. I also used the Pro 5F brush to bronze up my face. but you can also use this brush for blush as well. The Pro 2E brush can be used to blend eyeshadows, contour down the sides of the nose, or highlight down the bridge of the nose. I used it to contour my nose, and I was really happy with the result of that as well. The Pro 5M is the star of the show. This was the first brush that I saw when she teased the collection initially that made me feel like I just had to have it. I wanted a nice big fluffy fan brush like this for a while, so I was so happy to see it as part of this collection. And it's so amazing. It did not disappoint. I love the way it applied my highlighter. I feel like it kind of melted it into my skin a little more than some of the other brushes that I use. I can't wait for the summer or any event that I can use it to apply to my collarbones and stuff. It's a perfect brush. The Pro 6F brush can be used to apply highlighter or blush. I actually love this brush to apply blush with. I feel like it really helps me in not going too heavy. I've had brushes where it just applied really heavy and it didn't blend out that well. This one kind of stipples it in and then blends it out really nice, so I don't have the same issues with blush that I used to. I'm very excited to have that one. Lastly, I used the Pro 1L. This one is perfectly crafted to apply all types of lipstick or gloss or stain. And that is it. If you're interested in finding out more about these brushes, or if you would like to purchase a set of your own, I will leave links down below. The set costs $169.95 USD, which breaks down to about $8.50 per brush, but that does not include the stunning brush belt that you get with it. I know that price tag may seem like a lot to some of you, but I promise you, with my whole heart, it is worth it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm Jordi's biggest fan. I honestly am grateful that I am aware of Jordi, because had I not been following her or had been known about her, I wouldn't know about these brushes and I wouldn't have these brushes in my collection now. So I'm grateful to her for having made these, because now I do not think I will ever need to purchase another brush for the rest of my life. I am excited to be able to take care of these, make them last for as long as possible. That's kind of part of it. This was an investment. It wasn't just me spending money on new makeup. These brushes are my tools that I'm going to use forever. And they have my favorite makeup artist's name on them. So what else could I want? But in the words of Mr. Ferris Bueller, this set is so choice.
If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
I am beyond words happy for Jordi. She deserves this so hard. And her and Furless just did an amazing job with this collection. She truly does inspire me every single day, and now I get to use her brushes every single day. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe if you would like to see more from me. Until next time, bye!